False Tube. My name is Jennifer. I'm the Calculated Stitcher. Welcome to I guess this will be the third video in the series of making my 2025 junk journal for my crafting projects. So this is going to be the finishes journal that's going to be housed inside the main journal, which I'll show you how it fits in a second. I just have tied it together with some seam tape. I do talk about this tape in the video. So we made the cover in the second video in this series. And in this series, we add the papers to the journal. So if you want to stick around and learn how I did that, then hang on and I'll be right back. Okay, so we're going to put the papers together that go inside our cover that we made in the last video that I posted. And as I've said before, this is for my finishes, and I don't have that many finishes throughout the year. So I don't have to make it too very thick, which is good because my pocket's not that thick anyway. So what I did was I made, just with a piece of scratch paper, I made a template of the largest size that my papers that go inside should be. So when I stitch it in, I wanted to have a little bit of space on the bottom and the top and on the edge. So I just constructed one so I can kind of see an estimate of the size that my paper should be. Now over here, I've just picked out different types of papers. I may use them, I may not use them. It just kind of depends. This one is the negative of the butterfly that is on the cover of our journal, which I thought would be great for it to go inside. This was, I'm very sad that the price tag, they put it right in the front. Isn't this beautiful? This red is just gorgeous. Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. So these are just, it's an old book about Lancaster County. And I just pulled it out in case there was something in there I wanted. I have this, which is from 1962. So I just take, all I do is I take this, and if I fold it, will it be smaller, less than or equal to if I was teaching math? So I'm going to fold it. Barbara from 49 Dragonflies, she'll fold things kind of askew, if you will, just to give it more interest. So I thought I would try that one. Then I have a doily here. I may put it in the center of my journal, or my little finishes journal. This one's already folded. I just need to check and see if it, and it is within the confines of my restraints here. This is, I have no idea. Let me look and see. Saint Vinny. Yeah, I don't know what this is. If it's Italian, maybe? I don't know. Anybody read this language? I just thought venti was a Italian word, but I don't know. Very cool. I wonder what it says. Thought that would be pretty in there. I love vintage ephemera. So let's see if this one will fit. That one just fits. So that's a good one. This is, I have no idea, 1987, 1991. It's some kind of, oh, there's two of them. I don't need two of them. Oh, it has something to do with airplanes, because I see approach, Augusta Approach, Atlanta Center, Augusta Tower, ground. Interesting. Climb to 2,000 feet. Yeah. I don't know, but I enjoy all the numbers. So that would be a good one for me as well. Let's see if this one will fit. This one also fits. And if something's wider, I'll show you what you can do with those as well. I don't need another one of these since I think one's enough, and I'm not going to have that many finishes. This is from a book that I'm pretty sure came from Rachel at Roxy Creates, I think is her name. Oh, is this Bible? Psalm? I don't know, but I would guess this is Italian because she lives in Italy. So this one is too big, but I could take off the edges on this one. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to line this up, and I'm going to use my tear ruler, and I'm just going to take my tear ruler, and usually you want your tear ruler on the smaller portion if there is a smaller portion, and then you can just tear it off. There we go. Now you can save these if you would like to stamp words on here. It's always good for that. I do have a basket with those in there. So that I can use. This one also looks to be Italian. I also got it from Roxy. It's very thin, so I think I'm going to elect not to use that one. This one is a shorthand course, and it looks like Arlene Brimmerman, 1944. The teacher was Mrs. Paul Mastier, Class 1, Assignment 8. Yep, September 18th, 1944. So, this was her. I guess this was getting correction right here. I thought this would be very, very, very interesting. So, I think what I'm going to do here, I want to be able to see her name. So, I'm going to take my template so I can see where I want to fold it for the book. So there it's folded. Then this part I'm just going to fold in on itself. And I will either make this into a pocket or just a flip out. So if you ever have one that's too big, you can always do that. Now it is really too tall. I'm going to trim off a little bit on the top and a little bit on the bottom to make it fit, because I do want the name and the date that is on there. So that's too thin. It can go in the trash. And then this one. And if it's a little too tall, that's okay. It's fine if it's sticking out. Making sure I had her whole name there. Okay. There we go. Let's see. Then I have some coffee dyed music paper. I love music paper. It makes great journal paper. I'm trying to just decide which way I want it. I think I do want it to go this way. So I'm going to take off the very bottom. I will save that. And then I can do it this way. Sorry about my cough. I've got allergies like crazy. So right about here will work. Then I can use this for something later. Now, let's see about the width. It's fine. And I like this jagged part that's been torn out of the book. It's a junk journal, so it's supposed to look tattered and worn. So I have that one. I have this that's like a ledger, but it's on brown paper. I really like this one as well. And I want it to go this way, I know. So I think I'll take off the last two at the bottom. I don't know if my ruler's long enough. Let's see. Oh, it is. So I'll take off these two. There we go. And again, you can just save this for collaging. And then I should be able to just do it across this part right here. Okay. So our school gets out, and I think most schools actually in Texas, as far as, no, that's not this one. This is my template. As far as the schools that my husband and I have ever taught in, have always gotten out a whole week for Thanksgiving break. And the school we're at now does as well. And that was not something, when I was younger, we did not get a week. We got out early, usually on Wednesday. Like we went half a day on Wednesday, and then, I think I'm going to fold this one this way. We got out a half a day on Wednesday, and then we were off Thursday and Friday. So, but I do enjoy having the whole week off. So, very excited about that. This is a book from a children's book that if you go on Etsy, you can find lots of people that will sell books that have been taken apart already, which is what all of this is. I just have like a whole tray of these, and I just looked through them and I picked some out that I wanted. So this is where I have to always figure out, how am I going to do this? I think I don't want to lose him. So if I cut it here, I don't even know if that's straight. Hold on. Let me move all of these papers out of the way. Whoops. Let me move all of this so I can line it up on my mat here so it's somewhat straight. All right, so there we go. Let me go down just a little bit with this. Let me line it up there. I know this is not exciting whatsoever. I don't know if any of it is, but to me, I'm always looking for something I can watch while I am stitching or appliquing or doing something, or even like sewing. I like to have something on my phone going, and that's what I watch. And I think I'm going to use this one as well. So I figure that's what this could be. This could just be, you don't actually have to learn anything, but it's something for the background. This is just from a steno book. And this is where the sticker for the price was. I like to leave these on. I don't know if this one, it's awfully brittle. Yeah. So if I use this one, which I really want to, I'm going to add some paper right here to reinforce the spine, because this is going to tear very easily. And you can tell I use this to mop up some of the splatters from when I did the butterfly and the flower in the previous episode. All right, so then I have some more. Hold on. So this is just a piece of old newspaper. Oh, look at this Coke. All right, so if I cut this one out, I really would like to have all of him. And I would like to have him like in the middle probably then. So I'm going to cut it right about where that tear is. All right, this is another one that is pretty brittle. So when I do this one, I will again try to I will line it, the spine part, so it doesn't tear apart, because it is very brittle. It's old. I'm trying to see if there's a date. I don't see a date though. Student mixer to be Thursday. I don't see a date on here. I love these things. Sorry, just reading. Okay, whoa. So I think I want this one in the center then. Where's my template? Yeah, that'll be fine. So I wish it was a Dr. Pepper ad. That would fit me much better. Yeah, that one's too. This one will be cute as well, this Coke one. So I may put that one in there as well. Oh yeah, it needs some reinforcement. And then this is from a book. Oh, I don't know which one this one is. I think I own this book, but this was in a packet of papers that I purchased. So let's see. I really like the writing is the problem, and I don't think I'm going to get the writing here. No. I'm just going to have to take off like right here. Let's check. I can have a little bit more. Okay, now check it. Okay, so I ordered a new camera stand, and it has a light attached to it, like a ring light, so I'm wondering if it's going to be better than this one that I have here, which is just like a, it's more of a, where's my bone folder? It's more of a lamp like for crafting, so I don't know if it'll make a difference or not. I'm hoping. I got it from Amazon. We'll see how that goes. Alright, and then this one I'll just fold in right about here. Okay, so I have all of these papers, and I was thinking I also wanted to get and I could always add more papers in if I needed to. It is a junk journal after all. Hold on one second. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do, I have folded all of these, is I'm going to actually add just a little bit of color to some of them, if not all of them. I will actually decorate them as I go through. Some of them already have color, such as this one. It doesn't have anything on the back, so except for the, excess that's on there. And I had a couple of pages that I was practicing with before I started doing these papers that I was just mopping up the excess with. And so those, they don't need anything really, unless I wanted to put something on the other side. But so I'm just going to show you a couple of these, how I would do this, and we're going to see if I like it or not as well. So you'll be right here with me figuring it out. I have my water, and I have my distress oxide sprays, and I don't want anything that's too dark on these. This is the craft mat. This is the actual mat. I said it wrong earlier. The glass one's not a mat, but this is just a mat that comes off. It's the same thing that's on the side of the glass table topper thing. Craft, I don't know what they call that, the glass thing. But this one is a Tim Holtz Tonic Studios Media Surface Mat. And so it covers the whole glass top, which is great. So if you're doing something with mixed media like this, it just covers your whole top, and so it's great. So I'm going to spray a little bit of water because these Distress Oxide sprays are water activated, and they will reactivate. So I'm going to just put a little bit on there, and then I'm just going to take a paper and I'm going to dab it on. And I'm not trying to decorate these papers. I'm just trying to add a little bit of color and interest to them. I will decorate them throughout the year when I have finishes. So there's an example of that one. So it just has a little bit of pink. I don't know how well you can see that in the camera. It's a very pale pink. This one's called Spun Sugar. You can always, if you want, mist the paper, if you want more color, and then spray it from above if you want a more saturated kind of look. So, but I like the dipping it in. And I was looking to see, like here's Speckled Egg. It probably would look good with this one. So I may just put a little bit of Speckled Egg right there, and then just dip that one. And this paper is so thin, isn't that pretty, that it just soaks it right up and it goes through to the other side. So if you wanted to, you could also move it around and pick it up as well. So there's that one. Now your hands will get dirty, and like I said, I did bring gloves. I can only see one of them right now, but it's fine. I don't mind. If my hands get stained, it's okay. So this is all I'm going to do. Now, when you do use these, hold on, I need to get a wipe. You do want to clean the nozzles really well because they will get clogged. So, and then when I'm changing colors, I just wipe off the excess onto here, and then I can pick another color. So let's do this one's Tarnished Brass. Let's see what this one's going to look like. So I'm going to give it a little bit of water. And then, oh yeah, this one is clogged from the last time I used it, I guess, which was who knows how long ago. Which I know Barbara always says that they all get clogged. There's not much you can do about it. So what I may do is I may just grab some like this. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab some like this. And then add some water. And then pick a paper and just pick it up like that. And then I may do it on this side, and then I'll put it over here. Then I'll grab another paper and just put it down. Maybe I need to move up where you can see me better. So, do you see it's just grabbing some of the ink? So this is what I'm going to do to the rest of these papers. I'm just going to be spritzing some water, spritzing some Distressed Oxide spray on them, and trying to get them to have a little bit of interest other than just the plain paper. So when I actually start adding things to here, it's not so plain. All right, so I'll come back when I have these all colored, and I think I want to add a few stamps, and then we will sew them in. Okay, so now I have finished the papers. I decided it would probably be faster if I just did them on my own. So I'll just do kind of a flip through. This is the one that was already done. This is just a piece of like parchment paper, kind of. It's waxy. So some of them have no color, some of them have multiple colors. It just kind of depends. Like this one, I tried to pick something that was close to that stamp. I thought that would look good. And then this one, I put green on the opposing page because I thought those would go well together. So This is just what I've done so far. And like I said, this is one of the papers that I added a paper on the spine. I just used a glue stick, cut. It was just what was left of the music paper I used inside this journal. I just used a strip, glued it on so it reinforces the spine because this is brittle paper. So it will help that. And then this one was another brittle one. This was a piece of the leftover from the front cover of this journal, the Finishes journal. So I put it on this one because it too was very brittle. And then I used the remainder of the music paper, and I wanted this one in the center, but I really think I want this doily here as well. So I tried to stagger them. Now I'm gonna have to go back and check, but I don't want them all in the very, very center, the smaller pages. So I want to offset them. So like this one's at the bottom, this one is at the top. And I just kind of look through to make sure they're not all in the same place. I'm going to move this one down. It's all personal preference. There's no reason why I do it that way. Just the way I do it. So now I have them, whoops, in the order that I want them. And in the orient, oh, I got to bring this up a little, or it'll be poking out of the back. And I thought this one would be a good one to be the kind of the inside cover, if you will. So it's going to go here. So then it's going to go like this. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to attach these. I'm going to use a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. I'm trying to decide where I'm going to put this. I think I'm just not going to put it in here. I think I'm just going to leave it like this. I think it'll be better. I can add it later if I want. This one needs to be in the middle. Okay, so once you have it, everything is where you want it. I just take a ruler and I put it in the middle and I push down as hard as I can. You can get book cradles that will hold your book in place while you do this, but I've never had a problem with it, so I just push down real hard while I'm pulling up on the book, and then I hold on tightly and I take some clamps. Again, I make sure it's pushed all the way in. Take some more clamps. This is overkill probably for this journal, but let me see. No, see, it has more at the, now I'm going to have to take them all off again. It had more space at the bottom than at the top, and I really want it more centered. I think that looks better. So I'm going to push it back in again, and I'll clamp. And I will probably rough up the edges, so if they do get roughed up, it's really okay because I like them a little bent and raggedy looking. Anyway, that's the purpose of a junk journal. Okay, I think that's good. Let me clean up this stuff. All right, so then I bought a bookbinding kit on Amazon, and I will link it below if it's still available. Like I said, I bought this years ago. It came with an awl. It came with a tube of different size needles, and it came with 3 different colors of waxed linen thread. So you really want it waxed. It makes it sturdier and it glides through the holes more easily. So I think the rule of thumb is that you want 3 lengths of your journal, and I did a lot more. I did like almost 5. I just do not want to run short, And if you want to put dangles on them, then you can use that extra part to do that, to tie your dangles to. But I'm not putting any in this journal, just in my main journal. Okay, so then I have this piece of, it's like styrofoam that came in a packaging, some kind of packaging. I'm just going to eyeball it because it's not like it's my main journal. It's just a little extra journal. So I just put one in the middle. I don't want to go too far to the top. And then I'm going to try to go the same distance from the top of the journal to the first hole as to the bottom. I just kind of eyeballed it, and it's fine. I want to tie it on the inside, so I'm going to start on the inside. Let me get this out of the way. So maybe I can zoom out. Nope, that's in, Jennifer. One day I'll figure this out. Well, look at all my mess. All right, so I start on the inside. And I want to leave a long tail, and I just usually clip mine to my clamp. You can also just hold on to it with your hands. Now, since I did that, it may be hard for me to, nope, it just went right in. So I came out the center and just pick one of the other ends. It doesn't matter. And I'm going to go back in this hole. So I'm going to go in the top is where I'm going in. And then I'm going to skip the middle hole and go in the bottom hole. Pull it back out. Let me pull my tail here. I need more space. There we go. So I'm going to pull tautly. I'm going to hold on to this one. I don't want to pull so tightly that I tear anything, but I do want it tight. Taut, maybe. And then I'm going to go back in the center hole. And you want to make sure you don't pierce the thread that you used to come down here. So now, there we go. I had to make sure I didn't pierce that thread right there. So then we, so we flip it over. Make sure it's tight. Looks good. All right. So see how much extra I have? Was a little overkill, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. So let me put my needle back so I don't lose it. All right. Now I make sure that this piece that went from the top to the bottom, I make sure it's in between these two. And I'm going to do, I do a triple knot. So let me zoom in now. Okay. So this time I'm going to go right over left. And so the next one I'm going to do left over right. You just want to go in the opposite direction. I think that's actually good enough. I don't want to make it too big of a knot. So, and like I said, it's just a little journal. So then I'm going to take my bone folder and just mash that. And since it has wax in it, it does really well holding it together. But you could also put a little dab of glue if you want. But like I said, since it is waxed, you really don't need it. So then I'm just going to cut these off very short. Okay. So there is my, oops, let me zoom out. There is my journal for my finishes. Oh, I did want to cut these shorter. Hold on. Let's see how that's going to look. Oh, I need sharper scissors than these. I need my cross-stitch scissors. Oh, wait, I have these are my fabric scissors. Oh, much better. What a difference good scissors can make. Oh. Uh-oh. Hold on. Somebody's trying to FaceTime me. Must be my grandson. All right. I'll be right back to do a flip through. Okay, that was my grandson, so I had to go talk to him for a bit. So I'm going to do a quick flip through of my finishes journal. And I think I will probably add the word finishes up here at some point. But this is good enough to get me, this is good enough to start me off for the year. And so I'm just going to flip through. And this is what it's looking like right now. And if when I add finishes to my journal, I will be sure to show you, if not video it. Well, if I think about it. So I really, really like how this turned out. And I like that I already have a little bit of color added to it, so I don't have to worry about it. And things like this, I probably won't actually put a finish on this page. I just think it's too cute. So, anyway, but I do love, and this is the center of the journal. And it's going to take it a while before it flattens a little bit because I just made it. Plus, I added these extra reinforcements to some of the spines, the spine areas of the papers. I really, really do like how this turned out. So I hope you make one as well. I'm going to take pictures of each of my finishes and put it in here and write a little something about it, like if it was a gift for someone. And like I said, I'm going to do my quilts, cross stitch, knit, crochet, anything. All of my finishes will go into this book. So thank you again for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time, be kind to each other.